guys, it's April, and I'm going to give you a very quick July wrap-up because I need to be on a plane in a couple of hours. But by the time this video goes up, I'll probably already be at my destination. Time travel. Time travel with YouTube is interesting. And because I didn't really read all that much outside of Booktubeathon. I will link my Booktubeathon wrap-up somewhere around this frame of video. And now I guess I should probably get into the wrap-up part of this. So July has been a very hectic and stressful month for me. I can't tell you how many times I was in and out of the vets. I had to get a new roof because it was totaled. My heating and air conditioning decided that it wanted to pee all over the carpet. Luckily on the other side of the basement, so the books are fine, which is good. And then of course, the big kicker of it all, I learned that my wedding dress and my maid of honor dress was lost in the whole Alfred Angelo debacle. Still trying to figure that one out. It's fun. Yay, adulting. But besides all of that hecticness, I did get some reading in, which is good because otherwise I probably would have lost my mind. So getting on into the reading that I did for this month, I started the month out by listening to another one of Carrie Fisher's book, and this was Wishful Drinking, which is based on one of her shows. It tells a lot of her fairly interesting life stories in such a humorous way. I absolutely loved it. And I did it in an audiobook format because I wanted to hear Carrie Fisher do the stories, because the way Carrie Fisher tells stories is just so much fun, and I'm glad that I did this in audiobook format. I really am. I then picked up Ghost Stories by E.F. Benson. This is just a bunch of little ghost stories that Benson has put together. They have a very vintage feel to them, and I like them. It mixes ghosts with psychics and everything else, and it was just what I needed when I needed it. I love me some ghost stories. Always and forever. I also did A Purpose-Driven Life by Rick Warren. This is a Bible study that is to help you find your purpose in life. This book was given to me quite a while ago by a friend of mine, and I figured it was finally time to just sit down and go through this. Now, this book probably would have been more relevant for me when I was still trying to figure out what my life was. It was good, but it didn't pull at me the way it probably would have when I was first handed this book, which goes to show sometimes you need to read a book when a book is given to you. That wasn't my bad. I then finally did a buddy read with Shayla again. I've been slacking on that department, and so we finally just decided that we are going to try and do another buddy read, and it was As Old as Time by Liz Brushwell. This is a twist on Beauty and the Beast. It is the Disney story told, but in this case, the enchantress who cursed the prince was Belle's mother. Go figure. This was written for a younger audience than myself, and it showed a lot of the time. It was going for the story of it doesn't matter who you are or what you are important, you are special, and you should not be treated any differently. It stayed somewhat close to the Disney story every once in a while, and then all of a sudden it would just veer off into some random direction and add a little bit more, which was cool, but it just, I struggled with a lot of the characters, and it didn't feel right. It felt forced in spots, and then the French. Oh, the poor French in this book. It was butchered in a way that you would not believe, and unfortunately, that made me a little sad, I guess. I wanted to like this book. I really, really, really did, but there was just not enough there and not what I was hoping for that it started to fall apart, unfortunately. I do have 2 more of these Twisted Tales on my shelf. I'm still debating on whether or not I'm going to read them. Probably am, because I am a sucker for punishment. Yeah. And last but not least, the main reason I didn't read a whole lot this month, this thick book right here, and that is Warbreaker by Brandon Sanderson. Oh, this book. It was beautiful on so many different levels. This is the story of two sisters. One of the sisters has been destined since birth to go marry a king in the neighboring kingdom because ties and political things, right? But then at the last second, Dad decides that, nope, I don't want to lose this daughter. I'm gonna send the youngest instead. Thanks, Dad. And so this is the story of both girls trying to find themselves after they thought they knew who they were and what they were supposed to do in life, and realizing that there are two sides to every story. You never really know who the other people are until you meet them yourselves. It's just about these two girls trying to save their own kingdom and learning that people are more than just the stories you're told. The magic system in this world was amazing. It was Brandon Sanderson. I don't know what else to say about that. I like this book. I really like this book. So those were all the books that I read in July outside of Booktubeathon. Like I said, I will link that wrap up down below somewhere. And tell me down below what your favorite thing to do when you just need to let loose. I heart your beautiful faces. Bye.